Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Alright, I'm doing a new tier list. Today we're doing climbing moves, bitch. Climbing maneuvers, I should say. So I picked 15 moves. There's like way more, but technically, if you want to get technical, there's like way more climbing maneuvers you can put on this list. But I picked 15. So I'm going to reorder it real quick. Just 1 second, please.
Alright, I'm back. I've ordered the climbing maneuvers.
Alright, so first up, we have heel hook. So here's an image of Adam Andra heel hooking. So it literally is basically what it sounds like. You take your big heel, the ball of your heel, and you slam it on a hold. And then you just, well, there's different kind of heel hooks. You can use it different ways. Sometimes you can crank with it, and sometimes you can compress with it. Sometimes you can hook with it. I love heel hooking personally. It's one of my favorite maneuvers. It makes climbing way easier if you just heel hook everything. It seems really weird. I remember at first when I started climbing, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm not heel hooking. Because I thought it looked really stupid. And then and I also just didn't understand how to do it well. And then once you learn how to do it, it's like, wow, this unlocks everything. Makes climbing 10 times easier. So I'm going to put that in A tier. I think that's a crucial skill to learn if you are wanting to get better at rock climbing. Next, we have toe hooking, kind of similar to heel hooking, a little more height dependent in a lot of circumstances than heel hooking is. It's basically instead of throwing your heel on the hold, you put your toe, the tip of your toe on the hold, as you can see this lady is doing. So she's throwing her toe on the hold, and it's kind of similar. The use of a toe hook is pretty similar to that of a heel hook. It's generally used for like hooking on something, hence the name. And you might crank off of it. You might compress with it as well. Probably not compress it as often, but generally it's used to like kind of. It's basically using your foot like another hand. Basically, you'll put it on something that you can get your toe around, and you kind of use it as like another hand, basically, except it's your foot. So I don't like toe hooking that much. And I don't use it that much. I don't know. That's just like my height, or maybe it's just the climbs I've been on, or maybe I'm honestly not that good at it either. So that might be part of it as well. So I don't know. I'll put that in like C tier. Oh, I gotta fix saying something real quick.
I'll be back in just a minute. God damn it. What the fuck?
All right.
Alright, I'm back.
I just fixed the colors and I added an F tier because I forgot to do that. You know me, I was so excited to make this video. I just jumped straight into it. I wasn't fully prepared. So my bad. All right, next we have knee bars. I actually think knee bars are really cool, and I think it's kind of similar to heel hooking. It's like once you know how to knee bar, and once you like learn how to do it, and you start to get good at spotting knee bars, and you can just literally can start throwing knee bars like everywhere. And it's another thing that just like changes the game, which I don't actually even knee bar really hardly ever. But to my understanding, it completely changes the game, and it's something I'd like to do more often. I'd like to incorporate it a lot more in my climbing. Adam Andra swears by the knee bar. If I was Adam Andra, it'd be an S tier right now. But I'm not Adam Andra, so knee bar is not going S tier. And you can see this dude here. He's just casual. He's just chilling on the knee bar. He's just like chalking up. He's just hanging out on the knee bar. It's real comfy sometimes. So I put knee bar in B tier. Probably not as useful as heel hooking, but I imagine if you can knee bar, it's like very helpful. All right, next is the bat hang. I actually have bat hanged outside before, and it was really cool. And it was the way to do the climb. It was like the best way to do the climb, actually. So bat hang is not something you're going to use very often. It's pretty cool when you do it, but it's also kind of scary because you're completely upside down. As you can see, this person is completely upside down. It's fun. It's generally not something that's going to be beneficial, but it's kind of a fun thing to do. So I don't know. I like bat hanging a lot, so I'll just put it in like A tier. So usually it's just kind of goofy to do, but it's kind of fun. But it could be scary. Next image, you can't see it. These images all got cut off. I wonder if I can. Basically, you got Adam Andra here. You can't tell, but it's Adam Andra doing a disgusting drop knee. Here, if I actually go square or no landscape, you can kind of see it a little better. His knee's like completely like twisted. It's disgusting looking. It makes me want to throw up. That's Adam Andra doing a disgusting knee bar, like the disgusting human being he is. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. He is weird, but I don't. He's probably. I don't. I shouldn't call him disgusting. That's mean. He's definitely weird though, but that's probably why he's the greatest climber in the world. He's just different than all these other bros out there. Mellow dudes walking around with their shirts on, their shirts off, and their beanies on. Um. So drop knees, I don't actually really like them that much, because like in this image, I feel like I'm gonna break my knee half the time. Uh, I do drop knee. A lot of times you kind of drop knee once you've been climbing long enough, just like naturally. You don't even realize that you're doing it. But I don't do it that often, just because they kind of freak me out. I don't want to like pull a ligament in my knee. But yeah, they're definitely pretty beneficial if you know how to do them well, to my understanding. They're like, if you can drop knee well and you can do it often, your knee's not going to break when you do it. It's a pretty useful skill. I don't like it that much though. Probably about the same as toe hook, so I'll throw it there. Next we have flagging. This is just kind of something you also just naturally start doing once you have like a strong core from climbing. You just kind of start naturally flagging all the time. You watch like real strong climbers, they just flag everything because they're just strong in their core and in their fingers. So they have so much control in the wall that they just flag, and it just makes it easier half the time. And literally all you're doing is basically sticking your foot out to like balance yourself, keep yourself more square to the wall. So you can see that I picked an image where it's pretty obvious that that dude's legs kicked out, and he's doing that intentionally because he's flagging. So I like flagging a lot. I know I'm such a strong climber. I'm so good. I just have to flag all the time because I'm so strong. No, I'm not actually that strong or good at climbing, but I do flag a lot. Probably nowadays I probably wouldn't because I haven't climbed in so long, so my core is probably weak. But once I get back to it, I will be flagging a lot. So I'll put that in B tier. Bicycling, I actually love bicycling. As you can see in this image, someone's putting basically toe hooking. They're toe hooking with one foot and then putting their other foot on top of it. And they're basically squeezing the hold with both their feet. And it basically keeps you a lot tighter to the wall, a lot closer and tighter to the wall. Helps you engage your core more. It's a really fun technique to do. You don't really do it that often unless you're on something really overhung, which I love roof climbing, so that's probably why I like bicycling so much, because I love roof climbing, so you end up bicycling holds more often on there. And it just feels cool. It's like you're using like your whole body. Now you're like using your feet, both feet as like hands basically. And it's just, I don't know, it feels really cool. Bicycling. I think I really like stuff where you're getting real like technical. You're doing all sorts of crazy stuff with your feet, and that happens a lot on roof climbs. So I like just like using my feet as much as my hands. So I'll put that honestly in S tier. I love bicycling. I really do. I wish I could do it more often. Next we have mantling. This is like the only time that like if you like go to the gym and work out, that like those like strengths that you're like working on basically really help out with climbing. Instead of like pulling, you're pushing. So a lot of the workouts you do at the gym are like pushing workouts instead of pulling workouts. You can do plenty of pulling stuff too, but I think a lot of stuff is like pulling, or I mean pushing. So like that's basically what you're doing here as a mantle, is you're just pushing with your hands up, and you're just trying. It's like getting out of the pool is what doing a mantle is. It's like when you try to get out of the pool and you don't take the stairs. It's when you go to the side of the pool and you try to push yourself out. You're doing a mantle. So that's what a mantle is. They're pretty fun if you can do them. I mean, again, if you have really strong strengths and you're really good at mantling, that means you're probably strong in your like, I guess it's like your triceps, and I don't know what all those muscle groups are, uh, but it's like those are in your shoulders, and I don't know, but it's pretty fun mantling on stuff when you can do it. If you can't do it, it's just kind of infuriating. You kind of start to eventually just get somewhat decent at it when you climb outside because you have to mantle outside a lot of times for the top outs. So you kind of have to get good at it if you climb outside. So I don't know. It's just kind of part of climbing to me, this one. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I think I'll just put it in C tier. Uh, Edging, S tier. Not even going to explain that. That is S tier. Edging. It's my favorite climbing maneuver. Love edging. Honestly, I don't even care about this technique. This shouldn't even be on the list. I just thought it was funny because it's called edging. Sorry, I got brain rot humor. Next one is rose move. I hate rose moves. I don't know why, but I think it's the dumbest thing ever. I think they feel really awkward. They're not cool. They look stupid. They're just stupid moves. I don't know. I don't know why I hate them, but I absolutely hate ruse moves. And fortunately, you don't have to do them very often outside, so I'm happy about that. And I hope that I don't go somewhere where I have tons of rose moves. So I'm putting that in F tier. That's the first thing in F tier. Next, we have this image of it's. I couldn't find a good image of this, but it's a dead point. This is the best image I could find. I don't even know if he's even doing a dead point in this image, but it kind of looks like he could be doing a dead point. But it's basically like when it's not quite a dyno, but it's basically when you like kind of toss to a hold and you kind of catch it one hand. It's like a dynamic move, but it's not a dyno. It's like you toss to a hold, catch it with your hand, and generally the other hand is actually still on like a hold, but it's a dynamic move. So I actually like dead points a lot. I think they're really fun. I hate dinos, but I like dynamic moves, but not like full on dinos. Especially not like two-handed dinos. I don't know why. I think it just cuts more that stuff that's like going on. It's more coordinated to do a full on dino. A dead point's not as coordinated, but it feels like fun still because you're still like jumping for a hold. So I really like dead points. I hate dinos, which I guess I'm kind of already talking about dinos now. But dead points are fun to me. I'll put those in A tier. I love a good dead point. And then dinos I just don't like. I'll put them in D tier. Like sometimes they're fun if I can do it, but most of the time I don't like dinos. Like they feel cool when you do it. I'll put them in C tier actually, because there's some dinos I have done. Like when you can do a cool dino, it's like the most fun thing in the world. But because like I did a dino outside one time, and it was probably one of the coolest thing I've ever done. But most of the time I hate them. I don't know. So there's a lot more going on. It's a lot more coordinated. So I don't like them for that purpose. I guess that's just a skill issue, though. I mean, anything on here that I don't like is essentially a skill issue. Except for Rose Move. That's not a skill issue. That's just, they're stupid. That's not a skill issue at all. I can do that easily. This one, you can't see what's going on. Let me change the image here. It's not a good image. Well, it actually is a great image of what's being shown, but I just can't get a good... It's too small. We'll just work with this. This is basically a heel toe cam, and the reason I picked this photo is because he's like up in the sky. He's literally putting his foot above his head doing a heel toe cam, which is really cool. I thought it was a really cool image of a heel toe cam. He's literally got his foot in the sky. He's raising his foot up there, but you can't see the image very well. But basically, a heel toe cam is you're literally doing like a toe hook and a heel hook at the same time with the same foot. So basically, it's just like cammed in there. So like it's between two like the rock. Like he's basically got it jammed in there between like two different like on two different sides. I don't think that explained that well, but like I have a video of like heel toe camming. It's pretty fun. It can be kind of scary to do a heel toe cam because your foot can get stuck. And if you're like this guy who has got his foot up in the sky, if you like fell backwards, right, your foot's potentially going to stay in the cam. which means you could twist your ankle. You could or you could get stuck in there even and not be able to get out, which is kind of scary. So I don't think I've ever had that happen, but I have seen some videos on YouTube and maybe even in person. I've seen that happen to people uh, getting their foot stuck in a cam, which is kind of scary. So I don't love them for that purpose, but they are pretty cool. And if you can do it, they generally like get you really locked in to the point that they're very useful when you can use them. So I don't know. I'll just put them in C tier as well. So then the last two we have meat hook. I don't even know if it's really a maneuver, but I don't know. I just thought I mean it is a maneuver, but it's not like I don't know. It's kind of like a hold grip more than anything else. But meat hooking is basically when you like take the palm of your hand and like kind of like squeeze it around a hold. Like your fingers too, obviously. It's not just your palm. You can't see it. This image is too small, but she's meat hooking with her left hand and crimping with her right. But her left hand is meat hooking. Like you can see how like the rock's kind of like triangular shaped. It's like almost forms like a horn. You pretty much only do it on like slopey holds, but they're like holds that like jut out a lot. So you can meat hook on that, which is what she's doing. I actually love meat hooks. I think they feel really cool and they're really fun. It's a really fun way to grab the rock or a hold. And I generally find them to be they almost are like jugs in a way. But instead of like reaching your fingers always like all the way down like a hole, I know that's what she said. Instead of reaching your fingers like into a hold, you just have this really good like suction cup. I know that's also what she said. You have this really good suction cup with your hand on the rock. But yeah, I love meat hooking, so I'm gonna put that in A tier. And then last is campusing. This is like the thing you do when you like see a cute girl at the gym and you just want to like show off. You just start campusing. That's what all the guys do in the gyms. They just love to campus with their shirts off and their beanies on. Campus is literally you just remove your feet from the wall and you're just like climbing. It's like climbing like the monkey bars basically as a kid, or it's like climbing a ladder but without using your feet. Except the ladder is not like vertical, so you're not banging your shins against the ladder the whole time. But it's just completely like upper body strength. It's pretty fun. It's sometimes more useful to campus than it is to have your feet on the wall, but generally it's more useful. Like 9 times out of 10 to have your feet on the wall when you're rock climbing. But if you're strong enough, I mean, it's kind of cool to just campus something. So, canvassing is fun. I do like doing it, but I just don't do that often. One, because of a lack of strength, and then two, because it's just generally not useful. But there are times where it's I don't know. Sometimes if I'm like in the gym dicking around, sure I might campus in, but otherwise it's just kind of like I don't really ever do it outside. So I'll just put that in B tier. So I think that's the list. Looks pretty good to me. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So, share your thoughts. If you think there's a good list, let me know. Whatever your list would look like, feel free to share what your list would look like in the comments. And if you have ideas for more tier list videos, let me know. But that's it for now. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.